Well, good day, everyone. This is Farrell Yoakum again. I'm here to present another lesson to teachers who are on the journey of being the greatest teachers they can possibly be. One of the things that I do is I do trainings, I perform trainings at campuses around the state of Texas. And I'm in Tyler, actually, right now. I'll be training here tomorrow. And one of the questions that comes up often is, how do I deal effectively with parents? Because we know that in school, parents love their children and they send them to us every day, every school day. Every school day they get up and they come trotting to our school. They come into our classroom. And so we need to remember that these are someone else's children. They're not ours. We know that intuitively. But we need to remember that these parents love them so much and they're wondering about us. And the parents, of course, love and cherish them immensely. And they are wanting to know that we will take care of them in a way that they appreciate and that will work well. So they want to trust us, and it's becoming more and more difficult to trust people who are in authority. We have authority as the teacher in the classroom. We're expecting their students to come into our classroom and sit down and open up their books and listen to what we have to say and take in the content and learn. And after the end of the year, to be able to demonstrate that they have learned the content that we've taught them throughout the entire year. So the thing to remember is that with the parents, we're a team, and they are a very important part of the team. And we need to have some tools in our arsenal that will be effective in helping the parents to know that we are all working together, that we're working together in the best interests of their child. That's not easy to do because they don't often come in contact with us like their children do. The children are in a classroom all day long, or at least a few hours if we're teaching in upper school, and they're moving from class to class. So we need to get to know them better and to find a way to make that happen. So we have them for this 1 year, and we need to make sure that our parents believe and trust that we are a confident professional, that we are a competent professional, and that we are a compassionate professional who are going to make sure that we do our job well and take care of their children each day. So one of the books that I came across some years ago that I recommend especially to fellow administrators is called How to Deal with Parents Who Are Angry, Troubled, or Just Plain Crazy. We know that parents come to us often angry. They get on the phone with us and you can tell by their tone of voice that they're upset. And oftentimes their child has gone home with some story, and it may or may not be true, but the parents are wondering about it and they become concerned about what their child has told them, and so they come to us angry. What do we do about that? Well, you have to make sure the thing that you do is that you're always calm, and that regardless of whether they're upset or not, that you stay calm and that you listen to what they have to say. Many times parents feel intimidated by teachers and others. Oftentimes parents have not maybe had the education that they feel like that they should have to deal effectively with you and to argue with you. And so often they want to come arguing, and we want to try to dissuade them from arguing and to help them to appreciate what we're doing with their children every day. So there may be trouble about what we're doing, and the title says that sometimes parents are even really over the top on things, and that they may not be dealing with things mentally very well. They may be fighting battles in their lives, and their children are so important to them, and if they come home with a story that indicates that their child is unhappy or maybe wasn't treated correctly, they have a right to call you. They have a right to ask you about it. They are the child's parents, and we want them on our team. So I think it's important to just remember that one way to have an effective year is to contact parents early and often. Contact them before they contact you, and make it a point early in the year, before there's any problems in your classroom, to give every parent, if at all possible, it's a lot of calls, and don't be reluctant to call them. Parents really, by and large, are good people who want to be on your side, and you can help to get them on your side ahead of time. And if you'll just develop a little speech that will somehow indicate that you know something about their child, could be along the lines of, hey, I've got Susie in my classroom, and she's just such a sweet young lady. I love her disposition. She's asking some great questions already, and she's sitting in her chair or sitting up and is participating in class. And I just think we're going to have a really, really great year together. And I just wanted to thank you for raising such a sweet daughter. I believe that we're going to have a great year, and I hope that if there's anything that comes up, that you'll feel like you can contact me, and I would like to feel like I can contact you in the best interest of your child. How can they not feel good about that sort of a conversation? And then if something does come up with their child, they're not being so sweet, then you've already established a relationship with the parent that you can act upon. So that's a trick that I think that I would ask you to take a look at. Not really a trick, it's a tool, but just decide you're going to make an average of a call a day. That's 5 a week, and maybe more to start with. But even after the year gets going, continue to make a couple, 3 or 4 calls each week, and just asking parents how it's going. That brings up another point that I like to suggest to teachers and administrators. It is called over-responding. If you've been in contact with a parent and they're trouble about something, it may not be much. Maybe the child has been out of dress code. Maybe they forgot their lunchbox. Maybe they didn't bring their homework. Some reason you've had to interact with the parent, then make a note of that. And in a week, 10 days, 2 weeks later, call them and just say, hey, a couple weeks ago we had this discussion about your student, that they were forgetting to bring their homework from home to the class. How's it going? Are things going better now? And that sort of a contact with the parent is unexpected, and it will really bring a lot of grace and tenderness and compassion between you two as you work together as a team for their students, for their sake. So it's gone a little longer than I thought that it would, but that's part of what happens to me when I train teachers. They